Hey guys, how's it going? F8 Alpha here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are back in World of Tanks, and we're taking a look at the new addition for a limited time to the premium shop. So we have the T26E5, the Patriot, as it's known, in the premium shop. It is available from June 29th, which is today, until July 10th. So if you're looking at picking this thing up, you have a couple days to do it. Just keep that in mind, that there is a time limit on this. It will not stay in the premium shop forever. But let's go ahead and get into the bundles and the pricing here. So you can get the lowest bundle, the cheapest bundle, for $43.99. Then you have the loaded bundle, which is $59.99. And of course you have the ultimate bundle, which is $74.99. Now, quick note is that there is the Patriot that has the camouflage on it, the T26E5 Patriot. That one actually has the stripes on it. And then you have the T26E5 that does not have camouflage on it. So that's just a quick note, and they are very similar in pricing, but a tiny bit different. Now let's go ahead and get into our comparison here. So I will be comparing this tank to the T34. Now both of these tanks are available right now in the premium shop, which is why I am comparing it to the T34. They're also tier 8 heavy premium tanks, and they're both American, which means they are in direct competition with each other as far as training up a crew. Now the T34 is $52.89, and of course the cheapest T26E5 is $43.99, so there's about a roughly $9 difference here, and that's one thing to keep in mind as we go through this comparison. But let's get into it here. So the DPM goes to the Echo 5. I'm just going to call it the Echo 5 from here on out. It's way easier. It goes to the Echo 5. It has 2,085 DPM, where the T34 has 1,668 DPM. Now, the penetration goes to the T34. It has 248 versus the Echo 5, which just has 230. Also, the alpha damage per shot goes to the T34, as it does have that 120 millimeter. It has 400 alpha damage versus the Echo 5 that has 240 alpha damage because it is running a 90 millimeter. The reload time on the Echo 5 is 6.9. The reload time on the T34 is 14.3. So you can basically get a little over 2 shots into a T34 before he can fully reload. Now the shell velocity is 1,021 on the Echo 5, meaning those shells are very fast, making them more accurate. You have to lead the enemy that much less, where on the T34 they are 945, so definitely not bad, but the Echo 5 has the advantage when it comes to that. Now let's look at aim time. The aim time of the T34 is 3 seconds, and the aim time of the Echo 5 is 2.2, making the Echo 5 a much faster aiming tank. But when we look at dispersion, it's a little bit of a different situation. The T34 has a better dispersion of 0.34, where the Echo 5 has a 0.36. Definitely not bad, but you're edging on that Russian accuracy with the Echo 5. Now the Echo 5 can do 40 kilometers forward and 15 in reverse. The T34 does 35 forward and 12 in reverse, making it a slower tank. Also, another thing to keep in mind would be the specific power per ton. So the Echo 5 has a 15.1 horsepower per ton, and the T34 has a 12.4 horsepower per ton. Also, the T34 has much worse ground or terrain resistances, making it a lot slower in almost any situation. Now when we look at armor, the Echo 5 has a slight advantage when it comes to the hull. It has 152 millimeters at the front, 76 at the side, and 50 at the rear, compared to the T34, which has 102 at the front, 76 at the side, and 51 at the rear, making the Echo 5 able to bounce and ricochet some of those incoming shots, even from tier 8s and 9s. So it's one thing to take note of. But when it comes to the turret, The T34 obviously is well known for the turret. It does have the advantage when it comes to the turret. The T34 has a turret that is 279 millimeters thick at the front, 127 at the side, and 203 at the rear. Compare that to the Echo 5 that has 190 at the front, 114 at the sides, and 127 at the rear. Now, one thing to take note of is that the gun mantlet is not included on the T26 Echo 5, so it is actually thicker than that, because a good majority of the time they will hit the gun mantlet. It is rounded and is thicker, making it a very, very viable option to count on if they're aiming at your turret. Now, when it comes to the turret traverse, the Echo 5 clearly has this T34 beat. It has a 26 degrees per second traverse compared to the T34, which has an 18.7, so it is a much faster turning turret, so you can go ahead and engage. Now, when you pair that with that aim time, like I said, you are engaging those targets much more effectively. Now, for the equipment and crew skills that I am running, I am going to go ahead and switch over to the live stream feed, and I will take the commentary from that. So for equipment, I went with vertical stabilizers, I went with the gun rammer, and I went with ventilation, as you can see here, and it gives me a 2400 DPM. Now, my crew does have Brothers in Arms on them, and let me see my view ranges here. Okay, I was contemplating maybe switching out my ventilation for coated optics. However, I think coated optics on a heavy tank would be I think the vents would be more beneficial, so we'll just stick with those for the. Now, for the ammo can, the APCR standard rounds, 230 penetration on them, and of course the premium rounds are also APCR. Now, those standard rounds are very cheap, so I have a lot of them equipped. The APCR premium rounds are quite a bit more. They're like 4,400, which is quite expensive. And then you obviously have the standard, what do you call them? HE rounds. There we go. Sorry. And they have really, really lackluster penetration on them, as you can see here. So I wouldn't recommend shooting those very often unless it's a very, very lightly armored vehicle. But I have 10 of them nonetheless. And of course, my equipment, my consumables would be, of course, the standard standard 2 kits here, and then a premium fire extinguisher. Now, I would highly recommend a premium fire extinguisher, not because this vehicle catches fire a ton, but just because it is that much easier. You don't want to have to try and hit another button when you're in the middle of a battle and somebody catches you on fire. It's easier to let the automatic one just go ahead and do that for you. So I would highly recommend that. And now I'll go ahead and show you my crew skills that I have equipped. Now this is what I would prefer. This is what I would recommend as well. So go ahead and have a look at these, and we can see what I think is important on a heavy tank. Now, don't get me wrong, repairs are very important on a heavy tank, but I went ahead and went with situational awareness and clutch braking and safe stowage and things like that before I got repairs on the entire crew, which is, that's totally up to you. You can do it either way. I went this route as I will not be resetting or reskilling this crew. I'm just going to go ahead and let them go so I can grind them out, and my next skill for almost the entire crew will be repairs though, so just keep that in mind. So for my final thoughts on the T26 Echo 5 Patriot, I would say that this tank is very strong for the tier it competes in. It has a very good and dependable turret on it. The hull can bounce shots, although I would not count on them. The T26 Echo 5 directly competes with the T34 as far as being a crew trainer and earning those credits and experience, obviously, but the Echo 5 I feel outshines the T34. It is a better all-arounder. It is a little bit funner to play, in my opinion. It has that rapid fire 90mm on it with 230 penetration, which is fantastic for a tier 8. This tank makes tons of XP, loads of credits, and can go ahead and grind out a crew very quickly. Also, this tank is at a very, very good price point at $42. This tank is very tough to compete with and very tough to beat as far as the performance of the vehicle for how much you're paying for it. I would say if you don't already have the Patriot, go ahead and pick you up. This tank is a ton of fun. You will earn lots of credits and tons of XP, and it is not that expensive for a premium tier 8 heavy tank. So with that said, guys, that's my comparison. That's my review and guide on the T26 Echo 5. I am F8 Alpha, and I will catch you guys next time.